Hey everybody, I'm Jon Sheiber, senior editor with TechCrunch and former Brooklyn stevedore, coming to you live from Red Hook at our TechCrunch Disrupt New York conference. We're going to wander around Startup Alley for a little bit, see what companies are presenting, what they're presenting, why they're presenting it, and how they're going to change the world. So we're going to follow me for just 2 seconds, and we're going to chat with some folks. Here we go. That changed. Hi, Jon Sheiber, TechCrunch, senior editor. What's your name, sir?
Robert Frigo with General Enchantment.
All right, and generally, it looks like you're doing some Brooklyn crafting over here. Can you tell me a little bit about what BeeBoard is?
Yeah, this is our new product. It's called BeeBoard. It's the reinvention of the bulletin board. So it's both a traditional bulletin board with a writing surface, a cork surface, and a space for your tablet computer, and we've built an app so you can post your bulletin board from wherever you are.
So this is really for Brooklyn pickle makers, crafters, artisanal cheese makers, wine merchants, things like that?
Not at all. This is for everyone. It's for the family. So it's social digital signage for the home. I can invite my family members or friends to post content to a bulletin board, and I can connect to their bulletin board, and we're sharing memories or reminders, events, whatever you want.
So now tell me what this is actually like physical space, and you expect millennials to interact with it? I don't understand, because if they're not looking at their screen, what are they doing?
Well, we're bridging the physical with the digital. Okay.
All right, it makes sense. It's a genius idea. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate the time. We're going to move down on the real estate and home section to talk to Doorbell. Hi, Eliza, Jon Sheiber, TechCrunch. Ben, nice to meet you. All right, I'm going to ask you to talk into the microphone for a second, but tell me about Doorbell.
Yeah, so Doorbell is a resident portal that actually makes your building into a community. So our tagline is to actually transform your building into a community. So I don't know if you guys live in apartment buildings, but we want to make the process of living in one much better.
So I've been thinking about my doorbell. When you going to ring it? When you going to ring it?
Yeah, we're going to ring your bells.
So what does this mean? You threw a lot of jargon at me, but basically what are you doing? Is it like a board, a network board for people who live in apartments?
No, so we're a mobile app that basically allows you to transact and communicate with people in your building. So whereas you might live in a building, you might not know anybody, we actually want to make the process of living in a building a little bit more collaborative and actually feel like you belong, kind of placemaking actually.
So it could prevent me from dying alone with my 5 cats and having them eat my face.
That is our killer use case.
It's the avoidance of a killer use case is what you're doing right there. Well, it's great. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Cheers. And we're moving around. You know what I want to hear about now? Fellas, I want to know about FlyHomes. I want to know how I can get a fly home. I want to buy a home and potentially earn a mile. Hi, Jon Sheiber, editor, TechCrunch.
Very nice to meet you. I'm Steve.
So is this going to help me buy a fly home? Is this going to get me on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous? What does FlyHomes do?
Yeah, so we are an online real estate brokerage that is helping buyers in Seattle buy a home using the experience that they want. Right? Like if you think about today's generation of home buyers, probably like you and me, you're not necessarily wanting to buy a home with a real estate agent, go through the traditional process. We take a step back and say, like, you should get it your own way. It's a flexible experience. If you want to tour your house this afternoon, great. We've got Uber drivers that are licensed real estate agents that'll open the door. If you want to put in an offer, you can do it this right now. We'll have it to the sellers within an hour. Or if you want all the help that you can get, we'll sit down at a coffee chat. Like, it's your experience. We're letting you own it. And at the end, when you close, you get miles for the whole thing. So
sounds great. So let's talk a little bit. I live in a van down by the river. I'm a hobo, and I ride the rails every once in a while too, because that's what one does. If I were to have this experience of wanting to buy a home, can you walk me through a little bit of the process about how do you initiate it? How do you make it so convenient for people?
Yeah, so the first thing comes with word of mouth. So we've got an exciting offer with Alaska Airlines in Seattle where buyers earn airline miles for the whole thing. So you buy a $500,000 house, you get a $500,000 miles. The thing about it is there's a category of people that are obsessed with getting miles. They open up credit cards to get miles, etc. That word of mouth is spreading. We have people signing up every single day on the website calling us to ask if they can buy a house.
Now, wait, tell me the truth though. Can you actually buy a $500,000 house right now, you yourself?
Today? Oh man, I can't. We're a founder of a startup. We are taking all of our money and building out a platform. But I can tell you, we bought 15 houses in Seattle since we launched in late 2015, and this month we're doing more than ever. So we can help you buy a really big house. We actually had a real estate agent who chose to buy a house with us because they thought it was more fun to buy with us and get miles than to keep the whole commission.
Fantastic. Well, if you need space, I'm Airbnb-ing the back seat of the van that I live in down by the river, and if you want, you can, rent it for like $50. All right, good to meet you, sir. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to move right along. We're going to talk to, frankly, Time Looper because that sounds really cool. So we're going to jump over here, and excuse me for 1 second. We're actually not going to talk to Time Looper because they're busy, but we are going to talk to UpScore. Hi, Jon Sheiber. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So tell me a little bit about UpScored.
Sure. UpScored is a smart talent marketplace powered by data science. So what we do is we connect job seekers with the companies they want to work for.
How are you doing that?
So
we've trained our algorithms on 700,000 resumes, and we're looking for people moving into different industries, what careers they're looking at, how long they're staying for, are they getting promoted. And essentially, we're applying all that predictive analytics to our users and their resumes and showing them what they can be doing next and what their career potential is.
What if you're like me and you're incredibly unemployable? What should I do?
Come to UpScored, upload your resume, and I guarantee we'll find you something. There's a job out there for everybody.
So do you do things like shipping and warehousing? And so if I wanted to work in a warehouse, pretty much all I'm good for.
Not yet. Right now we're focused on tech, and we're uber focused on especially data science.
Did you really just say uber focus?
Yes, I did.
I'm sorry, I can't talk to you anymore. But thank you so much. I appreciate the time.
Thanks
Cheers.
a lot.
Cheers. Good to meet you. All right, we're going to move along. We're going to talk to, there's a puppy I saw wandering around, so we're going to try and find that puppy. And, oh, there's the pup. Hey.
How's it going?
Not too bad. I'm Jon Sheiber. I'm an editor with TechCrunch. Nice to meet you. Tell me a little bit about Dog Parker. Is it actually like parkour for dogs? Are you doing like that gymnastics athletic sport for them, or what's going on here?
I can't really talk about stuff that's in R&D, but for now we put smart dog houses on the street in front of stores where you can't bring your dog. So now dog owners have an alternative to tying them up or locking them in a car or leaving them at home.
I think you're very articulate, but I'd really like to talk to this guy. Oh my gosh, he's not really going anywhere. What does he think about Dog Parker?
So Winston actually, he is not crate trained, and he originally was very skeptical, but now he loves them. He runs inside, and he sometimes noses on the door just to go inside. What he likes about them is it means that he gets to spend more time with us. So instead of getting left at home or tied up to a lead outside of a store where he doesn't know when we're coming back, now we get to go on more walks, and he feels safe when we go into a store. And
That's fantastic. What exactly are the accoutrements of a dog park? What's in there? Do I get an HD TV? Does he get like some sirloin steak? What's going ground round? What's happening in the dog park?
Yeah, so the technology is actually pretty advanced. So inside each house we have a controller unit that's monitoring temperature and humidity. We also have a webcam, so we can remotely check in on the house and the status of the dog. In our next version, it's also going to have UV sanitation lights that sterilize the environment in between uses and also allow us to monitor audio. So if a dog is barking for some reason, instead of wondering whether that's happening, a dog owner can get alerted on their phone, check in on their dog, and make sure that everything's in order.
So as I've mentioned earlier, I actually live in a van down by the river, and I'm wondering if you could make a human-sized version for someone like me. That'd be really a great help.
Yeah, we've had requests for all sorts of things, cat parker, human parker. Right now we're staying focused on dogs, but anything's possible.
Sounds good. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And now we're going back to John Biggs at the Startup Battlefield TV Center.